to take care of their affairs. And this may be true all over the world, but it may not be true. Maybe if you're a spouse, you already have the authority, but I can tell you, people are often shocked and surprised that in the United States, that is not true. Just by virtue of being a spouse doesn't mean you have the authority or access to your spouse's legal affairs. That's a scary thought. And that can be fixed very quickly with some paperwork. So if you're married, do it now. Get those powers of attorney in place, right? So there's the legal piece that's easy to fix and that people don't think about and don't do because they think, oh, it won't happen to me, or they don't really understand that they need that piece. Then there's the financial piece. If you start to be a caregiver for your mom or your dad or your sibling or your spouse, do you have to stop working? Is that going to take away from your income? Is that going to take away from your retirement funds? Are you going to have to dip into your own savings for that money? That's a scary thought. And so if you see that coming down the pike, like you have an elderly or a sick parent, are you prepared for that?
Yeah, and I like this, something you touched, that is power of attorney, especially for couples. You find that, and it cuts across every continent, actually. It's not just in the United States. And you find that many couples don't think of that, especially in a marriage context, that they need to have a power of attorney. They think like, okay, we are married, so that's okay. I can access the legal side of it, which is something that doesn't happen. Maybe you could touch base a little more, when and where is the power of attorney required, so that, if someone is married and they're like, okay, so I need to get a power of attorney for what? Maybe you could just give us insights.
That's a wonderful question. Thank you so much for that. First of all, there's two kinds of powers of attorney. There's the kind for financial affairs and for healthcare affairs, right? So those are two completely different things that you will be doing if you're taking care of someone. And so the power of attorney is a document. Here's the 30-second definition of a power of attorney. It's a document that you sign giving the authority to somebody else, including your spouse, to act as if they are you in every capacity. So it's a very powerful tool. It has a lot of authority behind it. So you have to choose wisely. Obviously, you're choosing your spouse, easy peasy. But if your mother's signing one, or if your father's signing one and they're choosing you or someone else, they need to know that that's a person who can handle financial affairs, a person who will willingly take on handling healthcare issues, because this document then gives them the authority to act as if they are you, to put themselves in shoes and say, sell my car, I can get a credit card, I can pay bills as savings in an account that your name is not on. You have no access to that money. And you may very well need that money to take care of him or yourself, to pay your bills. So with the power of attorney, you have access because you're acting as if you are him, right? He's given you all the authority. If you don't have that document, and he is incapable now of signing documents because he had a stroke, he's incompetent, he can't sign anything, you are now without the authority to get access to that financial stuff, or even to make healthcare decisions for someone. So that's where these tools are so important, and you should have them now. Quite frankly, everyone should have them if you're an adult. When my